It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before the braking zone of turn 14. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us, Ant, and tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel and Albon, Ricciardo, Perez, Stroll and Lando Norris, Gasly, Ocon, Kevin Magnussen and an AlphaTauri, Grosjean, Russell, Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi. Latifi and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
As we go to 5 red lights ahead of the drivers in the Chinese Grand Prix in 2020. And it's lights out and away we go. Everybody gets away well. The two Mercedes get away well. I think Valtteri Bottas got the better starts of the two teammates. Into turn 1, everyone's trying to stay away from each other. I think there was a little bit of contact back there. We get away absolutely fantastically as we send it down the inside of a couple more cars as Charles Leclerc gets past his teammate at the start. We are all on the back of the Renault, and we're going to try to get past them quicker than later. And as we get all on the back of the Renault and we try to go around the outside of Esteban Ocon, but we cannot. And the Alfa Romeo and George Russell are going at it as well in the back of the pack. That's Antonio Giovinazzi, so he must have gotten away poorly because Carlos Sainz is starting last, and that's Nicholas Latifi just in front of him, so he will want to get past sooner than later. This is Max Verstappen as he locks up, and he's got Valtteri Bottas for company right behind him as everyone gets away well, and everyone's trying to stay away from each other and try not to pick up first lap damage. It's Lewis Hamilton that leads us into the hairpin just ahead. Max Verstappen gets away well as well as he gets past Valtteri Bottas into turn 1. Oh, and that's us. And we go down the inside of a couple cars as well as the Red Bull. That was not planned. We were just trying to get one car, but turns out we get two, but he fights back. And he pushes us just barely wide, but we get that move done before the line. And we've made up many places on the first lap. As now, Albon is getting attacked by Daniel Ricciardo into turn 1 there, side by side, into the second part of turn 1, and then into the second part of turn 2 as well, as we lock up just ahead. And they're still side by side. So the Red Bull's getting some work done in. And now, Lance Stroll is just attacking Daniel Ricciardo as they go side by side. Now, Stroll is all alongside Alexander Albon into the next couple of corners, and Albon will just be behind Lance Stroll. But for how much longer as he dives it down the inside into the long right-hand turn, and Lance Stroll would just have to give way for Alexander Albon, and Albon is all on the back of us now as he pulls to the right, but he doesn't have the speed to get just in front of us, so we just keep under position. Alexander Albon is really charging today as he's got a lot of pace, and he goes down the inside, and we're just ahead, just barely, but he will have slipstream, and let's see if he can get us as we try to break the toe. And he's really gaining on us, gaining all the time. And let's see if he can dive it down the inside into the penultimate corner, and he cannot because he's too far back. but Lance Stroll is all over the back of him as well. But here he comes. He tries to go around the outside, but we just squeeze him out. What an exciting first 2 laps this has been, as there's a lot of fighting, and he's right on our tail. He's just behind, but he will be very, very eager to get by. Here's our start. It's a good start. It's a great second part of the start, as we already passed one car and we get side by side with the Renault of Esteban Ocon, and we almost make a little bit of contact with our teammate, and we make contact with Esteban Ocon, and we go down the inside of a load of cars, and that's really going to help us for our race, as we are down in P14 for the start of the race, but we're already making up positions. Here's Lance Stroll, his start, as he tries to block off his teammate, but his teammate boxes him in with Esteban Ocon, and they almost make a little bit of contact, front right to rear left of the 2 racing points, as they almost come together twice. Stroll will go down the inside of his teammate, but it'll have to make way for, and he will not have to make way, because Sergio Perez gets held up a little bit, and Lance Stroll's just ahead. Here's Perez's view on the start. He gets a pretty good start. He covers off his teammate, doesn't let his teammate past him, and therefore his teammate has to slow down a little bit. He has the McLaren just on the inside, pushing him a little bit wide, but right into his teammate. And there, you can see the AlphaTauri. That is us, as we lock up a little bit, and we are around the outside. And, Perez just gets a little bit boxed in, and that allows Lance Stroll to get past. Here's the replay of us going down the inside of the Renault and the Red Bull, which puts us into 6th place. Let's see if we can keep that up, because it's a really good start. So, but he fights us back and pushes us just barely wide, but we keep it together. Here's how Alexander Albon saw. He sees us just barge in, and there wasn't very much room, so contact was inevitable, and he fights us back into the final corner, but it's pretty much no use. Here they come around the 4th corner, and here he comes, Alexander Albon. He's been trying to get past all afternoon. Now he's around the outside of us, and we just push him wide, and that allows Lance Stroll to get right alongside him into the long left-hand corner, and it will be Lance Stroll just barely ahead. But now Stroll's knocking on our front door, and he's alongside us, as we almost make a little bit of contact there. And he gets down the inside. We almost made him a little bit, and we do make contact. And Lance Stroll is spun around. So just like in Vietnam, Stroll spins us around. Now we spin him around. Wow, this is insane. Let's see what we saw. So we come and we go into the hairpin, and Alexander Albon is already alongside us into the corner, and we just push him a little bit wide, which allows Lance Stroll to get alongside us and fight us into the next corner. As you can see, Lance Stroll just behind us, and he gets alongside us, almost makes a little bit of contact. We take the inside line, touch the grass a little bit, go into the corner, and yeah, Lance Stroll just got his tire hooked onto us and span it around. Here's what Alexander Albon saw. He lost a place, and possibly 2 places if he had gotten this move done into the corner. And yeah, very unlucky for him, as we just push him out wide. It was a clean move, but yeah, it'll really not favor Alexander Albon, but he gets to see exactly what happened to Lance Stroll and myself into the next couple of corners, as Stroll tries to fight us back, dives down the inside, and yeah, I'd say that's a racing incident. I don't think Stroll tried to take us out like he did in Vietnam, but very unlucky. Here comes Carlos Sainz on the AlphaTauri of Alfa Romeo of Kimi Räikkönen. He's been charging up this move. He pulls to the right-hand side into the hairpin. They go side by side. What great racing this is. And Carlos Sainz will just edge out Kimi Räikkönen, or will he? No, Kimi Räikkönen just stays ahead, and by the grip of his teeth, Kimi Räikkönen just stays ahead of Carlos Sainz. But Carlos Sainz will be very eager to get that move done. This is great racing. The Renault all along the back of Alexander Albon. Albon gets in the toe. And what can the Renault do? He can get a great run. Oh my goodness. And he pulls and he passes Alexander Albon before the braking zone. And he is right up our chuck. So he is right on the back of us. And into the final corner. Let's see what he can do. Can he get a good exit to try to fight us into the first turn? He does get a good exit. He's right on our back. Will he try? Yes, he will. He will go around the outside into turn 1, and we just stay ahead. So he'll have to wait a little bit longer to get past us. But wow, this is great racing today. Shanghai's not really known for great racing, but this is proving us wrong. As he goes to the left-hand side, we almost make a little bit of contact into the corner, and we just push him wide. That was clean once again. But Alexander Albon, just like it was a couple laps ago, Alexander Albon, instead of Lance Stroll, gets ahead of the Renault. So that's a free position for Alexander Albon. So Albon will be very, very happy with that. Here's what Albon saw. He saw us go into the next corner. He saw me push him a little bit wide, and that's a perfect slot for a Red Bull to fit right through. So he's up 1 place. But he will be very eager to get past us. Here, Alexander Albon is right on our back, and he's gonna have DRS. He does have DRS, and he has slipstream, and probably Rich makes an overtake, and as he just can't do it. That was very close though. I was expecting him to go for a move into the penultimate corner, but now he's got a great run out of the penultimate turn and into the final corner. He will have a great run, but just barely. We take the checker flag to get 6th place. What a race. That was very tense on the final lap, but he just could not do it. But the fun's not over. Carlos Sainz pulls to the right-hand side of Kimi Räikkönen. He's been trying this move over and over. Will he get it? Will he finally get it into the penultimate corner? And they are still side by side. You know this is personal. Just a couple laps ago, they were going at it. And it's just Kimi Räikkönen just ahead in the final corner. Going up to the line. It's too close to tell. But it's Carlos Sainz. Sainz just snags that point away from Kimi Räikkönen. Here's what Räikkönen saw. He saw Carlos get right by him. But into the corner, Carlos slows down a little bit. And Räikkönen is side by side with him. Going into the final corner, Räikkönen gets a better entrance, but Carlos Sainz get a better exit, and that just fuels Carlos to the line and just barely beats out Carlos Sainz. Here's what Sainz saw. He pulls to the right, gets an amazing move done, and you would think that he would get this move done before the final corner, but no. Kimi Räikkönen fights back, and Carlos has to take a tighter line out of that corner, but he gets a wider line into this corner, which will fuel him to get a better exit than Kimi Räikkönen, and he just barely takes the 10th place. But it's fireworks and flames for Valtteri Bottas as he wins the Grand Prix of China, and what an amazing race for the Mercedes crew as they take yet another victory as they won all of the previous races. So Valtteri Bottas wins, Max Verstappen P2, Lewis Hamilton P3, Charles Leclerc P4, Sebastian Vettel P5, and us P6, and Pierre Gasly P10. So 9 points in the end for AlphaTauri for my own team, and it's been a pretty good race. I'm looking forward to the Dutch Grand Prix.
What happened?
Yeah, we had a great start, obviously, and we had to do some defending during the race, quite a bit of defending, but in the end, we took P6, and I think it was a fantastic race, and I did some fantastic defending to keep a couple of cars behind me, and after the first lap, we just had to keep those positions to the end, And we did so, and we got a heap of points today, so very happy with that.